I find myself the other day sitting in the midst of an ever-widening circle of friends, and it stopped me long enough to ask a question that left me thinking, I need to write that down. What do a pastor, a retired attorney, a radio DJ, an Uber driver, a Marine, a guy who doesn't work, and a financial investor from Germany have in common? On the surface, not a whole lot. Different stories, different schedules, different accents, and different life paths. If you lined us up on paper, we wouldn't make sense together. But there we were, all brought together by a simple tobacco leaf. Now, it really wasn't about cigars or pipes, of course, it never is. The leaf was just the excuse. The real common ground was time and conversation, a willingness to slow down and sit shoulder to shoulder with people we might otherwise never meet. As I thought about that evening and I thought about that gathering, there were no titles in the circle, there were no resumes, there were no debates about who had done more or who had earned more. There was just laughter, honest talk, and the quiet understanding that for just a little while, we were present, fully present. That circle reminded me that God has a way of gathering people without asking our permission or consulting our preferences. He just brings stories together and lets grace do the introductions. Sometimes it happens in pews. Sometimes it happens around kitchen tables. Sometimes it happens on the front porch. And sometimes, unexpectedly, it happens around a shared leaf and a little smoke rising into the air. Brotherhood doesn't always wear a uniform, and brotherhood doesn't always agree on everything. Sometimes it just shows up, pulls up a chair, and says, "Mind if I join you?" That evening, I was reminded that life is richer when we stop long enough to let the circle widen. And that's when some of the best conversations happen, when nobody is in a hurry and everyone is welcome. Pull up a chair. There's always room for one more. And I'd love for you to join us. Until next time, I'm Michael Joe Harvell. Y'all take care. God bless, and press on.